What up? What up? What up? Ooh, let's see here. What's up, everybody? It's Maisha Edmond, licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York. I am also a certified trichologist here. Super excited. Hold on, let me see what I got here. I am live on Instagram, Edmond underscore trichology on Instagram. I'm also live on Facebook, Maisha Edmond, and YouTube. So what's going on? I'm super excited to be here because it's been a while. If you've noticed, especially on Edmond Trichology, I've really been trying to focus on the everyday woman, right? So I do a lot of things with our professionals, right? We just finished an amazing class in Chicago last week. It was last Monday. So good. Let me try to find something to hold this up with. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all come on in or whatever while I pull this together. Ooh, that ain't it. Anyway, let me put this here. Let me know if you hear any crazy feedback, because if you do, then I will move the other device. So anyway, it is October 1st. It's October 1st, 2024, 1:24 p.m. How's that, right? And I really wanted to talk about emotional stress and hair loss. So there are so many people that do experience emotional stress all year long, right? But really, like, this emotional stress really picks up, I feel like, when we start to get into the last quarter of the year, be it the sun is out less and you got things going on, amongst other things that are like natural disasters, strikes, all the things that are going on that could literally cause your hair to just fall out of your head. But there is something about emotional stress and different things that we go through in this last quarter of the year. And so I do tend to see more cries for help when it comes to hair loss around this time. And so I did want to just kind of like jump on and talk to you about that stress and what could be going on with our hair loss. Well, the first thing is, you think about emotional stress and it's like, okay, well, what is that? Like, can I categorize stress? It's like you have, like, your job stress. You have, like, those different types of things, stress with the kids and all the other stuff, but like stuff that you don't really tell people about, just personal things like your thoughts, your emotions, how you're feeling about certain things, but you are literally forced to keep things together. And because you're keeping it all together, what happens is it'll begin to manifest in your hair. It'll begin to show up and present in your hair. It'll present everywhere in your body. But if you see, especially if you're experiencing emotional stress, you begin to see like your hair is shedding more. You really look at it and it's like, okay, there are some things I'm not saying. There are some things that I'm just kind of like forcing my way through. And you begin to see hair loss. And that's a really, really big thing. So when you think about emotional stress and hair loss, you also think about fall weather. Always, like in fall, I tend to see a lot of new clients that are experiencing more shed. And that is partly due to less sun. They are exposed to less sunshine. So you need like more vitamin D. You need different types of supplements, minerals and vitamins that are going to be infused into your diet so that you can keep your hair strong and healthy, right? Also, we're coming off of the summer, and so you have the residual effects of those UV rays, that sunlight, that direct sun, maybe your favorite protective style. You had your braids, you had maybe you had a weave in for a longer time than you should have because it was still cute and it was curly, and all you had to do was like throw some water on it and a little bit of Nairobi foam and you were good. So you're looking at just so many different things as it relates to our hair and hair loss in the fall, and things just begin to slow down and you begin to like really see. So if you are somebody that is like, you don't even think you're under stress. But I want you to just take a moment and just think about some things that you could be going through, some things that have bothered you that you haven't spoke to anyone about. And then I really want you to look at the condition of your hair. Hey, lady, look at the condition of your hair. So it is fall. Emotional stress is a real thing. You may have had a move. You may have had a change in your schedule, in your family dynamic. And so those things begin to pile up. I was just seeing a client sometime last week, and I do a full body scan, and we were looking at some of the different toxic stresses that was going on in her life. And it was absolutely crazy. She was kind of saying, hey, she was kind of saying, Sadia, she was saying, I'm not really stressed out. I feel fine. There's nothing wrong, and I'm talking to her about her diet, and I'm talking to her about some things. Hey, love you, that could be going on in her life. And so when I looked at the report, after looking at her body and just really evaluating those different toxic stresses, a lot of things had to do with her emotions. There was anxiety, there was grief, there was loneliness, and it was things that she didn't even think about. She said, well, I didn't lose anybody. But then going on in further in the conversation, she started to talk about how her son just went to college, and she was just like kind of really, like she didn't know how to adjust, and she's always worried. So when we started to connect the dots for like her hair loss, shedding, and different things like that, it was like, okay, you have this really heavy amount of emotional stress, things that are going on that are showing up in your hair. It even began to affect her gut health. Right. And if you know anything about hair and hair growth, it's really little to do with the products that you put on the outside, and more so what you have going on the inside. Right. And so what you're eating, you are what you eat. Right. Your hair is what you eat. So you have all these things. Well, there was this whole thing about like her gut health, and it was like a whole thing. And she's like, no, I don't have any problems. I don't eat a lot of cheese. I don't eat a lot of chocolate. I don't do this. I don't do that. But then she says, oh, wait, I did go to the doctor, and the doctor told me that I have certain gut issues, and he did put me on a detox. Now, this is several of my clients from different areas of life, right? Doing different things, right? But when you think about emotional stress and how it affects everything in your body, like it's more than just your hair, but it's like, wait, it's showing up in your hair, which is like the last thing to know, right? Your hair is what's considered a non-essential tissue. Non-essential means the body don't care nothing about it. Okay. If you have some, fine. If you don't, oh well, fine. So when you start to see that your hair becomes brittle, it starts to break, it's very dry, and you're like, I'm doing everything. I don't understand. You could be experiencing some emotional stress. And so I just wanted to just kind of bring that out. Also, that the fall, the change of the weather, like I said, less sun means that you need to go ahead and increase your vitamin D. But do you even know how much vitamin D? Like, are you D deficient? Most melanated people are D deficient. So we're looking at this and we're saying, okay, you're D deficient. There's no sun outside. It is less sunlight hours. So what are you going to do about emotional stress, about the change of the weather? It even affects you if you're not seeing a trichologist and you're going to your regular stylist, right? Your healthy hair care stylist, somebody that takes care of your hair. They're always doing your hair. They're looking out. They're, trying to see what's going on. And they're like, man, like, what's going on? Are you drinking enough water? Yeah, I drink water. What's going on? Do you have this and that? So you're looking at, okay, I'm drinking enough water. I think it's enough water. Do you really know? Half your body weight in ounces of water every day is going to be what you need, right? But then you start to look at things that you don't say. Like I said, that emotional stress, grieving, you're looking at that grief, you're looking at that loneliness, you're looking at guilt. And it's like, I don't have nothing to be guilty of. And it's so funny. It's like, listen, I'm not saying you did something and then therefore you are guilty. What I'm saying is it could be something so simple, something as simple as you feel guilty that you weren't able to provide a certain thing or do a certain thing, or that you had to consistently break appointments with family members or with friends because you're so busy just kind of. So that is a really big thing. So I want y'all to hang out with me this entire month, and I will be posting about, hey lady, I will be posting about your hair health. I'll be posting about emotional stress and hair loss as it relates to our hair growth, especially in the fall. So if you are somebody that's like, listen, if just be honest with yourself, you ain't got to tell me, don't tell nobody else, right? But if you're somebody that says, wow, like I have been really going through a few things in my emotions, I really have been, listen, even women that are perimenopausal, right? It's like, okay, I'm up, I'm down, I'm in, I'm out. Like I have a lot going on. Then I want you to really pay attention to just the tips that I'll be giving you. Just little things like making sure that you're breathing, right? Take time to breathe. You don't even recognize how you are like literally going through your day holding your breath. You don't even realize how you're going through your day just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And yes, it shows up in your hair. It's not the biggest thing, but it's big. Why do I say that? Because it's always just hair to somebody else until they don't have any, right? So you're going through, you're trying to balance what's going on in your life. You're trying to do all these things. You're trying to keep yourself together, and you're not addressing the emotional stress that you may be feeling. And then you have that, and then you start to notice, wow, my hair is shedding, right? And so another way to say that, when I say your emotional stress, another way to say that is extreme hair shed, right? So some people say, well, I have breakage, like my hair is breaking, I have little, right? But then if you look in the sink, if you look in the pillow, if you take your ponytail down right now and you just, right, run your fingers through your hair, you're going to have hair that sheds daily, right? 80 to 100 hairs a day. But then if you see more than that, you could be experiencing something called telogen effluvium, right? Or an excessive amount of hair shed. If that's the case, you'll see like maybe a lot of bulbs. You'll see the little white parts that go right into the scalp. If you see an extreme amount of shed and you're just like, oh my gosh, there are going to be some tips that I'm going to give you throughout the month that's just going to kind of keep you, listen, breathe a little bit, get by yourself. Pray, child, what I'm saying, sit by some water, drink some water, right? But I really want you to just get yourself together. If you need a hair loss consultation, I have a free 15-minute consultation for you. All you have to do is go to the link in my bio or go to my last post, and I want you to just go ahead and set up that. I'm going to call you. You're going to answer 5 questions, and I'm going to give you actual answers that you can use without spending any money with me, because I know how it is. It's the last quarter of the year. If you are a business owner, if you're somebody that has a position in your job where like you are really leaned upon, you could be, if you're not experiencing any emotional stress right now, or anything like that, it could be coming, right? There are quotas to fill and things to do, right? So I want you to go ahead and book your free 15-minute consultation. Somebody said, Maisha, I'm past that. I need to see you, girl, right? If you need to do that, you can go into the link in my bio, linktree/Maisha _K_. That's a lot, but on Instagram, you can just go to the link in my bio and you can get a full consultation. It is not free, but you can get a full consultation where I'll be looking at your blood work. I'll be looking at you underneath that same machine that I told you about, for your body scan, looking at your different toxic stresses. I will actually be able to recommend some different supplements and things to you that you'll be able to put into your routine daily and just kind of get yourself back together. I'll also be looking at you underneath the scope. So we'll both be able to look at your hair under the scope about 50 to 100 times magnified, really looking at your scalp Is there buildup? Is it dandruff? Is it a lot of oil secretion? All that other stuff, because I really want you to get together. Now you may be saying, well, Maisha, past the free one, I want a full one, but I don't live in your state. That's all right, girl. I got you, right? So then you want to go ahead and book your virtual full consultation where I will meet with you one-on-one through telehealth, and we will get all that stuff together, and I will still be able to help you. Actually, I will send you a link where I will still be able to get your analysis on that same machine and give you all the information that you need. So if you are somebody that is like, listen, I got some stuff going on, I'm not really speaking to anybody about it, I know it could be emotional stress, I'm experiencing hair loss, this fall weather is starting to get me down, there's family stuff, there's losses, there's all that stuff, then I cannot wait to help you. All right, so I just wanted to jump in and say hey to y'all. I hope I've helped you. Have a great day today. Happy hair growing. And if you are a stylist, right, if you have a hair salon and you don't do all those things, hey, let's partner together, right? I may know some people in your area that needs a stylist. You may know somebody that needs a trichologist. And so I'm not trying to do their hair. I just want to help keep their hair on their head, keep them healthy, and so that you can have a healthy client to service. All right. Have a great day today. Happy hair growing.